right, call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now hear the safety hearing.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to present some, both the highlights from last school year as well as the current safety plan that's going to go before you for adoption. The public template is provided. There's a link as well as we can share that out so that way everyone can go through that. It'll be open for public comment for 30 days, and then in September, if pending any changes, it'll be then voted to be adopted. Highlights from last school year as well for safety. We did the workplace violence training. We all heard a lot about that. So we trained, and now being that we're going into the next school year, the training will be completed again because it's an annual training that we now do every year. The safety committee, chaired by myself and Brandon, we're also going to be meeting again and going over our different goals that we established last year. It's continuing the workplace violence, and then as well, we need to look at the new members that have changed in that committee, so they have to be appointed to the safety planning team. Yeah, other than that, nothing too awry for safety. Small changes to the safety plan are mostly state-driven. They wanted to see the verbiage for trauma-informed drills, as well as have district-wide verbiage that's standard from building to building to announce drills in order to alert anyone in the building, so that way it's not a surprise if there's a fire drill or a lockdown or practicing the drill. That's all I have.
What is trauma-informed?
Trauma-informed, the state, they rolled out a cheat sheet to their law, basically saying that they want staff and administration to notify staff in the building as well as the students in order to give them the heads up, so it doesn't trigger any sort of psychological or emotional reaction to a drill.
This all drills, Mike?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if we're gonna conduct an evacuation, the old school fire drill, the principals or the designee would have to say, we're going to have a drill, we're going to do an evacuation drill, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Or this is a drill, going into lockdown.
Yeah, so I sent out an email yesterday to all the administrators with the standard verbiage, and then the only thing that would change in it is whether you're doing a lockdown or an evacuation drill. But it just states 3 times, this is a drill, we're practicing an evacuation, or we're practicing a lockdown, this is a drill. It's just a brief statement to say before every drill that we conduct.
And that's been standard practice with lockdown drills in this district for a few years.
Yes, yeah, the major change is that we have to do it for fire drills now.
Fire drills, do we have to practice lockout or shelter in place as well?
Yes, so the verbiage changed, lockout, because it was being confused with lockdown, is now changed to secure lockout. Just a small little thing there so it doesn't get confused when you're practicing it or announcing it over the speakers. But the same drills are required, the same number of drills and quantity of those. It's just mostly the verbiage and how you conduct it.
So the board is aware, secure lockout means we check that all exterior doors are closed and locked and no one is to leave the building. That's typically used when something is happening in the community. A lockdown obviously is when something is happening in the building and we're in a dangerous situation. A shelter in place is typically used for a medical emergency where we've got EMS on site and we just want to keep the hallways clear for easy egress and also for the confidentiality of whoever's being attended to. A fire drill we've all done since we were children. That's just an evacuation drill where everyone has to leave the building, and I know we talked as a team about ensuring that we have a high level of accountability for all students and staff whenever we evacuate. That's something I'm gonna expect the safety team to review as well with each of the principals to make sure we've got standard procedures across the district. So the main changes are the announcement of drills. Anything else coming out of SED that we need to make sure is in our plan?
The only other thing, they've come out with a floor plan update, and that includes marking any and all pertinent emergency locations. So whether it's water main shutoffs, electrical shutoffs, pull stations for fire alarms, there's a list of what they want us to
Who do we have to share that information?
identify. So that would actually be internal, that would be within our confidential plans, because the floor plans could be used maliciously. So that would be in our emergency, our building level emergency response plan.
Are we supposed to upload something to the state police and the local PD as well?
We share it with them after it's open for comment for 30 days. We share that with even local and state troopers, as well as
Probably
upload to
sheriff's
their
office as well. So, and that brings us back to the importance of today's meeting, is that we have to present the changes in the safety plan. It has to be open for public to comment for 30 days, because it's international. It needs to be in place September 1, which it will be, and then it needs to be uploaded to the SEC by October 1, is that correct?
Yes.
And it also needs to be on our website. Don't rush to put it on our website, because it's all turning over probably in the next 10 days. We'll have a new, hopefully a much more user-friendly website, so. Make sure it's placed in the right spot. Any questions from the board?
So it's ironic, so I was asked this question this weekend. Does Eden PD, Sheriff's Department, or state troopers have access to take over our PA system and all that?
Remotely?
Yes. I guess this is a thing that's now happening down in Chautauqua with the
Not that I'm
sheriffs.
aware of.
I don't know, it was something that was brought up to me, and I was like, I don't know.
I mean, Eden Police, our SROs, have been here long enough. I'm sure they would be able to, if they were in the building, but
Right.
remotely, there's not a provision for
Yeah,
that.
it was just brought up to me, I'm like, I don't know, but kind of makes sense, but also exposes you to being hacked. and-
Yeah.
We can,
Kids.
we can discuss that after.
Yeah, and this is the first I've heard of that. I've not heard from any of my Chautauqua County colleagues, if they're doing that.
I guess it's a sheriff's thing with Chautauqua County right now.
Do you know if it's, one of the districts that has a sheriff as an SRO?
I believe so, yes.
You know which district?
I do not.
Okay. There's not that many that have sheriff as this. Which one they know.
I just,
It's interesting. It's interesting.
I know, I just basically said, I know, Eden PD is our SRO department, and, went from there, so.
Well, truth be told, the tornado was a learning opportunity for all of us, including me, and the seasoned veterans on the team, Lauren, were a good reminder that there's a code you punch in the phone that goes district-wide. And I hadn't had that experience, and so it was good, it was great that the campus wasn't affected, it was a great opportunity for all of us to get together and talk about that building safety measure. Other questions? Okay, so the plan is to reconvene the safety committee, review this plan, and keep working towards consistency building to building. Thank you.
Thanks.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education enter executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or person.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.